Yes, indeed. Welcome to Sheffield, the English Institute for Sport, headquarters of the Great Britain Olympic team, and of course headquarters for Anthony Joshua. And he's just finished a session here in Sheffield. And the date for the diary, Anthony, is December the 12th. Kubrat Pulev confirmed. How much are you looking forward to getting back in the ring?
It's been a long time, hasn't it? But it's what I love to do. I'm back in the ring in general, sparring and stuff, but there's nothing like competition. It's going to be a bit different with all the no fan situation, but we got to adapt. I've been watching from home all the other fighters that have been going through it, speaking to them and stuff. Coming from the amateur background, it was like that anyway, going out to different countries and fighting with no fans. So I'm just going to try to take my mind back there and bring it forward. And experience is the greatest teacher, isn't it? So I've been there as an amateur. I'm just going to try and revert back to then and experience it now as a pro.
It'll be a year and a week since you last fought in Saudi Arabia when you fight this fight. Can you quite believe it's been so long? It has been a very, very strange year for everybody, hasn't it?
Oh, do you know what? It's not a bad thing in terms of sporting. The body needs it. Do you know what I mean? We're going non-stop, pushing ourselves. I'm trying to promote boxing. I'm trying to be a better boxer, a family man. The world moving so fast. So to have, my own selfish time where I can just kind of breathe for a second, it's important for the mind. So everyone mentions like mental health and stuff, but no one sees the pressure, right, of what this responsibility is of being a champion. So for me, it was important to kind of just take time out. So even though I've been out of the ring, it gave me a chance to reflect on what I need to do as an athlete, as a man, and now I'm coming back to the ring. I think I'll be coming in a better person.
So you've been in training for quite a while now, haven't you? So you knew that a fight was going to be coming sooner or later. Are you pleased now that we've finally got firm confirmation that this fight is going ahead on December the 12th?
Yeah, 100%. It's important to have firm confirmation. It gives you that direct goal. And then, I've got to really focus on this fight. We know the names out there that people want to see. I know them. I've been targeting these guys. When I came in after them lot, they were there and I was like, I shot up to try and target these guys. So with that being said, this is a mandatory challenge, mandatory meaning I have to defend my titles against this guy. I'm going to get in there, I'm going to really focus in my training to get the win because it's what sets up the bigger fights for the future. And that's why having this date is important and it gives me something to focus on. It's my only focus, blinkers on, and do you know when there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? So I've just got to kind of navigate my way through, and Pulev is someone I've got to navigate my way around.
A mandatory challenger always brings with it a different kind of a challenge, doesn't it? You've been there yourself. These are the guys that are hungry for the titles that you have got. And in Kubrat Pulev, we've got a seasoned professional, a man who's only lost once in 11 years, and that, of course, was to Vladimir Klitschko. So we know he's coming in with a good pedigree. Yeah,
definitely. He's been in there with a few local lads as well from the UK. Only lost to Vladimir Klitschko, the great man he was when he was fighting. He is as a man. Got massive respect for him. It was a tough night for Pulev, and you win some, you lose some, but he's still game. And that's all that matters, the heavyweight division. One shot can change the course of a great fight. So, people look at it and say it's going to be an easy fight. I'm not even trying to promote the fight. It is what it is. He's a good fighter. I've got to take him seriously. And if I do that, I'm confident I'll get the win.
You've seen it yourself against Andy Ruiz. It's easy to come a cropper. We saw it not so long ago.
Let's forget about that phrase.
Dillian White and Alexander Povetkin, we saw it. You were there not so long ago.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
You've got to be
Dillian
serious.
And Povetkin.
You've got to take it seriously.
Yeah, you've got to take it serious. As we see, right, you can go through a long list of fights from the 1950s up to now, and you can see upsets happening along the way. It's nothing new if you look at the way the world works, especially in sports. However, if you prepare correctly and you really focus, everyone's got a reason as to why upsets happen, as to why I got beat. I've got my own reasons, whatever they are. And I'm going to prepare properly, so there are no excuses, and that would only lead me to victory. And even though Pulev is dangerous, and we know one punch can change the course of history, what I've got to do is make sure I minimise any of those risks by performing properly and showcasing to the world that anyone else out there who wants smoke, I'm well prepared for.
You've been in the same room together before, of course. This is a fight that should have happened, 3 years ago in Cardiff, and he pulled out with an injury. Carlos Takam stepped in on that particular occasion. So you've stood in front of him. You know exactly what to expect. You know what he's going to bring. But you love to entertain. You love to knock people out still. And Eddie Hearn said not so long ago he's got a feeling that you're going to absolutely steamroller Kubrat Pulev. Are you feeling that way?
Yeah, Eddie Hearn does a good job of talking up a fight. Media, I would stay hungry, stay humble, and all that stuff. I'm going to just keep my feet on the ground, but trust me, I've got an instinct in me that is that you're born with as a fighter, and I'm going to go in there and do a number on him. That's what I'm training for. But other than that, I wish him well in his preparations, because the better he trains, the better I train, the better the fight. And that's what people are viewing. They want to see a good dust-up between two heavyweights. And also, we're going to see Lawrence Okoli fighting for the world title, which is going to be an unbelievable opportunity for him as well. So the undercard's going to be thriving with good talent. It's going to be a good night of boxing for us all.
Lawrence is a young guy that you've had a special interest in for a long, long time, obviously. Great to see him getting an opportunity like that as well.
Yeah, I remember him coming down to Matchroom Gym, doing a few rounds, and it was just amazing to hear his story. Where he was working from McDonald's and watched the Olympics, became inspired, and next minute he was up here in Sheffield with the Olympic boys and now professional. So, to everyone out there, the young kids and stuff that are currently sitting at home during this, period of time during 2020 where they're wondering, what do I do? The whole world's upside down. Try boxing, man. It can change your life with a bit of hard work and a bit of dedication. Look at the stories of Lawrence Okoli. I went to the gym, my cousin took me down there. Within 3 years, I was Olympic champion. And I'm still learning what that means now, but it comes with responsibilities. But if you can take responsibility of your life and you can dedicate yourself to a craft like boxing, you can change the world.
So a hard training camp ahead, no doubt. I'm sure Robert McCracken will be cracking the whip as he always does, and really putting you through it. Fingers crossed that pays the dividends, and inevitably people will talk about what happens after that. I know you're always focused on the man who's standing in front of you, but inevitably there will be the talk of what happens next, and everybody's talking about Tyson Fury. Is that a possibility? Where are we up to as far as that's concerned?
It's so interesting with the situation with Fury. I remember during lockdown, they announced that the fight had been made on Sky, right? Eddie and Tyson Fury came on the TV and said, we want to announce that the fight's been made. Unless it comes from me or 258 management, I wouldn't really listen to the talk and the hype, because no fight's been made. Then the situation with him and Wilder, now he's up in the air of what he's doing. It's just a bit of a circus going on. So when it's solidified, you'll hear it from me. But until then, I'm not really into the whole circus act and trying to promote my name off of his back and him doing the same. I'm keen to fight him for sure. He's a competitor in my division, a good one as well. And it'll give me a chance to showcase what I'm about as well. I had my little slip up last year. We brushed it off and we got the belts back. And now I want to go out there and get back on the gravy train and fight the likes of Fury, 100%. But without getting past Kubrat Pulev, who's a serious competitor and challenger, there ain't no talks of Tyson Fury and stuff like that. So it's a tough game I'm in, because, as I said, it's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But before that, I've got to navigate my way through. And Pulev is a big old heavyweight standing in the way of that pot of gold. And I'm still very, very hungry and disciplined. So I'm going to steamroll through him. That's the fighter's talk coming out. But with that being said, it takes a lot of training in the gym. And that's what training camp's about.
Have you got used to it as heavyweight champion now, knowing that there are so many different pieces of a jigsaw that often have to fall into place, and sometimes you're not able to push those pieces into the right places in order to get what it is that you want and what everybody in the sport wants to see as well?
It's a great question. Sometimes I don't even understand the business of boxing. It's a really diverse and interesting sport, because it's just get in the ring, smash each other up and get on with it. Then there's a whole business side of it, the legal side of it, the financial, the broadcasting side, which I'm still learning today. Even the responsibilities that I carry on my back as a champion. I'm still one of the lads training in my amateur gym. I'm still with the Olympic boys. I've seen from, the era of Tony Jeffries, 2008, right the way through to 2016. All of these athletes coming through this system. I'm still around the lads trying to make it in life. So I'm not sitting on top of the throne I'm the king in my own little domain. So I'm still learning about the responsibilities, still learning about the industry. And as that goes on, I'll learn more and things will be easier. But I'm still a puppy in the business. I'm still green, I'm still learning, I'm still thriving, I'm buzzing, I love this stuff. And this is all I got. And I'm going to keep on studying the business, keep on studying the game till I go down in history against the likes of the guys after Kubrat Pulev. I'm not mentioning their names because I don't want to kind of foresee the future, but I'm looking at what's in front of me, and that's Kubrat Pulev. And, you know, that's, in my understanding of what this is about, once I get past one type of opponent, it can potentially lead me into another one, the guy that you mentioned earlier.
We look forward to it.
Yes,
AJ, thank you very much indeed for joining us, Anthony Joshua. Looking forward to his next fight, his return to the ring. It'll be a year and a week since his last fight over in Saudi Arabia, and his first fight in the UK for the best part of 2 years as well. We're looking forward to it. December the 12th on Sky Sports Box Office.